Hey guys, how we doing? I don't really have any news for you guys today, but it's just more of something I wanted to discuss. Now, we all know that Ouya is coming out to the people who did the pre-orders on Kickstarter. Now that and another Android-based console coming out is called the Game Stick. I already made a video about that. I'll probably put that in the description down below in case you guys missed it. Um, what I wanted to discuss is the Android consoles actually going to be a success or a complete flop? Now, the reason I'm asking that is because every console that has ever dropped has always had that flagship game to go with it. Like for Sega, it was the Sonics, and for Nintendo, it was like the Marios and the Zeldas. And the Ouya and Game Stick, the Android, they really don't have that. It's like, what are you going to play on there? Like Angry Birds? No, dude, you can't do that because you could just play that on a fucking phone. What's the point of buying the console just to play, the phone games? Like what is it, Zombies versus Plants or whatever? That can only take you so far. The systems really, both of them really, they're both pretty similar. The Game Stick and the Ouya. One's using the Tegra, and I don't think the other one, the Game Stick, is using that. And I think that's a whole other beast on its own. And it's only as big. It's probably about that lighter, about as big as a flash stick is. So, but the Ouya are using the Tegra 3, which it is a capable processor, but that's only been used for like tablets and phones and shit. It hasn't really been used on a console, base before. So I want to know, like, what's going to be the difference that they're going to offer us that, Sony, Microsoft, Nintendo already aren't doing. And there's that the whole hackable thing, that the whole network is just going to be free to do whatever. And I don't understand how Google can allow that to happen to their network, is just allow all their users to potentially be compromised. There's still that fine line that has never really came out as a direct statement from Google of how exactly that is going to work. So, it still hasn't come out. I don't even know. Are they even using like a straight up version of the Android, network and all that? And, I don't know. There's a lot. There's a lot of variables. A lot of things that really hasn't been discussed ever before. Not only that, but the console itself for the Ouya, it just seems kind of weak. There's only like a gig of RAM in there. And the Tegra 3, and I don't even know if there's gonna be a hard drive in there at all. So, yeah, there's a lot of things in there that I really don't agree with, but I'm really curious to see how this is all going to play out. I'm kind of thinking this might be a fail. I'm thinking it might be. Because there's nothing to support it. There's not like AAA developers aren't porting games over for this thing, at least not yet. Yeah, what the hell are we going to see on it that's really going to bring to the table that's different, like that alternative in gaming? I feel like even if you were to make a game on the Ouya, you're really limited to what it can do. Besides for make a game on the PC or the PlayStation or whatever, you can actually do a lot more with it, a more evolving story, even a longer story. And you might be limited about how big the game could be, because if there has like the Ouya has like a limited hard drive, you can only make it so big. You can't make like a 20, 30 gigabyte game, full of like a 60-hour game or whatever. You're not going to be able to really do that, depending on how much storage the people have. Most tablets are like 16 to 32 gigs, and that's not a whole lot. You don't want to fill that entire thing up to just one game or whatever. So yeah, that's one of the things that's always bothered me about, is that they don't really show off any games that's like new to it, exclusive to the Ouya. They haven't done that, at least not yet, and that's something they should have done from day one, to show you what really are you getting differently that you can't already do on a phone and a tablet. Because let's face it, they've already coming out with controllers that are working with the Android and iOS. So what really would be the point of buying the Ouya, as aside from the price point? But in reality, you could just get a tablet and essentially do that same exact thing that the Ouya does, and you'd even get like the Galaxy Tabs, which are really fucking good. The pictures of these things are amazing. I know someone who just got like one of those new Asus tabs, and yeah, their picture is just phenomenal for like watching movies or whatever. I really never played that many games because I don't really like playing a game on a touch. So that's another story right there. So yeah, I mean, I would like to know what you guys think. Would you think the Ouya even is going to be successful, or do you think it's just going to be this giant flop that was just waiting to happen? I mean, I'm kind of curious to see how this is all going to play out. To be perfectly honest with you, because there, like I said, there is not that flagship game that's going with it. You know, it's launching with the system. They really should have been that. I don't know. You know, I mean, as far as I know, there's really nothing that great coming out for, you know, the Android tablets and all that. And yeah, it's like the casual market, but what about like the hardcore games? Like, where are those at? We really haven't seen one yet. You know, there might have been a few small, you know, bits and pieces of a game, but like it's not really something you play that, you know, you sit down and get involved into like the story like we do now with other games. So yeah, I want to know what you guys' opinion on all this is. Do you, like I said, do you think it's going to be, is it going to do good? Is it going to fail? So yeah, that's it. I'm going to try to get up a few more videos. Yeah, this is just something I've wanted to do for a long time. It's a video I've had in the back of my mind, and you know, I want to know what you guys think about it. So let me know down in the description or in the comment section. Yeah, let me know. Hey, deuces.